Live coming at you with session 79 of our Drown Gods campaign. And we will get started. As always, everyone, please reset your hero point pools to 1. And who would like to give the recap for an extra hero point?
Everyone got really hungover.
That was definitely part of it. Anyone else remember anything that happened?
Oh, hold on. I actually may not be able to. Hold on one second.
Da, da, da.
Well, after a joyous night of revelry, the party had retired. I believe that was that the session before last or last session?
Last session, we actually picked up halfway through the night of revelry.
Okay, so yeah, it was that. Right, what happened?
There was more conversation between Mono Anui and Corvin.
Yeah.
Gur learned to play with knives.
Gur did learn to play with knives, thanks to Ip.
Akalupu go out to pee that night, or was that the session before?
Yep, that was last session.
Okay, so Akalupu went out and relieved himself after the drinking game. Akalupu noticed nothing out of the ordinary, and it was perfectly normal and fine, and there was nothing we should be worried about at all. Like,
Absolutely.
I don't know.
He did not fail a perception check or anything.
Like unusually sized wolves or skeleton assassins, something like that. Totally nothing we should be worried about.
Yeah.
But after that, he returned inside. People finished enjoying their night, and
you guys also had a drinking game.
Yeah, that was true. We did have a traditional dwarvish grog.
Yeah. And Akalupu just barely took the win with Morgrim in second place and Mako making up a respectable third.
Especially considering what she had to go against.
Yeah.
After that, there was some more discussion about people's patrons and such between Mono Anui and Corvin. After that, everybody retired for the night. Some more easily than others.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly those who didn't participate in the grog got to bed much more easily.
I think the people who participated in the grog fell asleep pretty easily. Just might not have been the best sleep.
Well, yeah, got to bed easily, let's say that.
I see. Yes, were able to make their way from the first floor up to their rooms more easily.
For sure. And Morgrim, of course, showing that he thinks this will be the one, paid off his tab, and of course left a little bit extra for the joyous grog that he had. Everybody kind of went to bed. In the morning, I believe Mono Anui was the only one of the two who could wake up a little bit earlier who chose to, because I believe Apoipip chose to sleep in.
No, Ip also woke up early. That's how Gur learned how to play with knives.
Oh, right. Apoipip went over to the ship and taught them how to do knives then. Right. And then Mono Anui was making their pipe.
Yep. Yeah, Mono Anui went out and grabbed some wood and started to carve out a pipe.
I believe Akalupu was the first of the rest of the group to get up and was loud enough that everybody else was rousted and came down and began to enjoy their breakfast.
Yeah, because the rest of you were hungover, but Akalupu was just like raring to go.
Oh yeah, Akalupu's got that good barbarian fortitude. So.
Yeah, he's got a liver the size of a basketball.
True. And the kidneys. Don't forget the kidneys. Baseball-sized kidneys to filter out all those toxins. Anyways. And then Phoebe got over early, but Morgrim was late doing up his beard.
Very important.
Mono Anui shared what she had learned from Corvin and tried to get some feedback on the plans from the group, but most people were too distracted
we'll see how
or
it
hungover
goes.
to share much.
Yeah, most people were of the camp of, let's just see how it goes and wing it.
Morgrim finally came over and said that given the power of most masters of the undead on this scale, he thinks a direct confrontation would be dangerous to us all. After that, he asked about supplies and how much people were planning on bringing, because the journey there would take likely a whole day, as well as it's a rather large pyramid where we're going to be facing a lot of resistance, so Morgrim suggested bringing supplies for multiple days.
Yeah.
We arrived, and we heard Burnbright in terror for his life, because Gur managed to get enough of the concepts of five-finger fillet down for his liking. He just seems to have forgotten that you're supposed to do it to your own hand. So
Yep.
we came aboard to that. A cheeky Phoebe thought she could take the knives from Gur, but was noticed and fled in terror as he ran at her. But just before he reached her, he began to bow and call her the master. After that, I don't believe much happened other than, I think after discussing Gur learning five-finger fillet, Apoipip and Burnbright talked about their absent father. And then after that, I think we just gathered up supplies to go. Morgrim got sort of lost in the forest, but thanks to Phoebe's help, we managed to arrive. Upon arriving, the group split up to where I believe... Who was looking at the door?
Phoebe.
No, Phoebe was
We were
looking at that
looking at the
crack.
Well, you did ask Phoebe to look at the entrance.
Yeah.
And I said I would look at the door since Phoebe was looking at the crack.
All right.
Yeah, Apoipe is examining the door for cracks, and Phoebe, at Morgrim's behest, is examining...
The crack for doors?
Yeah, sorry, I got that. The door for traps, and is examining the crack for traps, as well as getting an eye on the forms he sees a little bit of shifting in the darkness. And I believe that gets us up to about where we are.
Yeah, that catches us up. Great recap. Go ahead and give yourself a hero point for that. And we'll go ahead and just pick up with Ip's roll for checking for traps at the main entrance. What is your perception bonus, as that is something that I roll?
Plus 13.
It's pretty good. Let's see. It's 13. All right. You are quite confident that there are no traps, so either you roll really well or really poorly.
Seems clean over here.
All right, and Phoebe had already rolled and had already ascertained that there did not appear to be any traps. Is Phoebe also the one looking inside to try and spy more? Or is that someone else taking that?
Mogrin has dark vision, so I think he should.
Yes, because I do not believe there are any good sources of light that would help Phoebe to see. Who all lit up? I believe Morgrim has a torch. Yep, so you are a source of light. Manawanui also should be, but it looks like you are not. So let me go ahead and do that. And you're using an actual torch, correct?
Like a torch, yeah.
Okay. Remember to keep track of that inventory-wise. Okay, Manawanui should now be casting light. Ip, you said you cast light as well, and you are set, so you should be emitting light. And I believe that was everyone.
Not that it matters for now. I don't think we're gonna have it matter, but Morgrim is going to put his hand over the gem in his helmet. That way the light is less likely to tip off whatever thinks he's about to see in the crack, and he's going to peer in with his dark vision. Do I need to roll? I'll roll a perception check just to see what I see.
Yeah, you're going to want to roll perception.
I got a 20.
Okay, that's pretty good. So you can see inside the area has been overrun with spores, and there are mushrooms growing, some of which do appear to be not the benign kind of mushrooms, but the kind that like to, attack you.
Okay. Was this the room with the treasure or the supplies? I think I blew out of one of the two of those.
Define treasure.
You did say that I, on my first journey through here, went through a room that had, like, traditional treasure in it.
Sort of. I mean, it's not like a dragon's hoard or anything. So it's not like you walked through a room where the floor was covered in,
Gold or
gold
anything.
coins
Some
and
goodies, but
statues and gems and
It's
whatever.
not like we're sending our kids to college.
But this is next to the supply room that you were in at one point. I can say that much, but I'm not entirely sure, like, in terms of treasure room.
Yeah. You just said that I went through a room with, like, standard treasure, and I was like, Morgrim's probably more interested in, like, the supplies. And you said, well, it is treasure, and dwarves do like treasure.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, can I roll a survival to get, like...
All right, Molly. So to get rid of those things, click
Yes,
on
I
the
saw your
gear in the far right.
post. The gear. Okay.
So to go to my settings, because I don't know
Huh.
what Abe is talking about.
Okay.
You can make the entire like apparatus, not the map itself, but the apparatus smaller if you.
Well, there's a
hover the
way to just
cursor.
collapse them, which I think is more what she wants.
Oh, really?
Oh.
So go to my settings.
Yes.
All right, and then open up the audio and video tab.
Uh-huh.
And then there's a drop down for player video / avatar size. Change that to names only.
Yo.
Is that what you're looking for?
Yes, that's way better.
Sweet.
Sorry, everybody.
No worries. I just wanted to make sure we got you that information. All right. So yeah.
Would I be able to use a survival to determine, like, the rough strength of the fungal creatures, or is that a little bit outside my realm of knowledge?
Would that be survival? Would that be nature? I think that would be
It'd
nature.
be nature. I'm gonna try anyways, even though this is probably gonna go terribly. And also one of the things is, like, are these well-known swarmers, or are we only likely to face a few, and how strong are they relative to that?
All right. Well, give me
I
the
got a
nature check. Let's
6.
see how much you know. You think they probably cook up into a pretty tasty stew.
Well, that excites me. I want to fight them now.
You also know that at least one of them is what Phoebe was in another life.
What?
Yes.
A Leshy.
Huh. Oh.
Yeah, that's the reason that when you said you wanted to be a Leshy, I was like, I don't think that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I get it.
And you get the feeling that given the density of the area, not only are the walls and the floor covered in these fungal growths that seem to be unnaturally moving at times, the air itself is full of spores. So it is difficult to see in there. In terms of your question of, like, are these ones that are likely to swarm? Probably. And also ambush seems likely. Also breathing in there will be a challenge.
So, Morgrim will back off a little bit and say to the group, considering the difficulty I had with the door last time, I thought this entrance might be a considerable alternative, but looks to be a little more dangerous than the door might even be, so let's try our luck with the door. Morgrim's gonna walk up and try and open the door.
All right, you go up and open it and begin to open the definitely not trapped door that Ep has searched. And you may now click on the door icon, and that should open it. Ta-da!
Clicked it. Okay, I think my map
can
just
see
needs a second to
something.
update.
Here,
Oh,
but
I think,
can
yeah.
see only black up to
So
there.
Faith opened the door last time, and it revealed an area that wasn't supposed to be revealed yet. So I like manually set it to hidden, and so it is now acting weird. Let me see if this fixes it. All right, and then let me just go ahead and move Morgrim. Okay, that did not work. Okay, let me try this then.
Here we go.
That
worked.
appears to have worked. Okay. Now, and this must be new. There are now two different types of darkness: explorable darkness and permanent darkness. And I accidentally, when I fixed it earlier, I set it to permanent darkness, evidently. So that's why it was weird.
No one shall ever see and hear.
Exactly. All right, so you can now see ahead of you.
And there's some little
as
guys.
you, little guys,
I see little pots.
these.
Oh, maybe they are little pots.
Yeah.
I thought that they had smiles on. I thought that they were
They do kind of look like they have smiles.
just from what I could see so far. Sorry, Carrie.
Yeah. So
I think
as
we
you
should throw the pots. They might have health in them.
absolutely, I mean,
Rupee.
that's certainly what that merchant that you were talking to a couple sessions back would say. Or at least he would say that his little friend who buys all of his wares seems to be really into smashing pots.
Do I innately detect any magic, like any sort of magical traps coming from?
You do not innately detect magical traps. You do innately detect all kinds of heckin' magic coming from this pyramid, though.
So how would I detect magic, as far as magical traps?
You would roll perception.
Oh, okay. Can I do that real quick before we step in?
Sure.
All
Oh,
right.
you
So-
don't trust me?
Well, I trust you, for like the physical world, but like there's some.
Also, you only looked at the door, not in the room.
Yeah.
Phoebe, this would be a really good time to roll for looking for traps if you have a trap sensibility or something like that.
I do, but
I got an 18.
perception.
All right. So you do not detect any magical traps in the immediate vicinity of the door.
Don't worry, guys. It seems pretty safe.
I
All
mean,
right,
I
boy,
got
Pip,
a
go in.
19. I didn't do much better than him.
All right. So as you
Oh,
enter the
there's
room,
blood.
indeed, I was about to get to that. As you enter the room, your senses are immediately assaulted by the scent of blood. Looking at the ghastly scene ahead of you in the dim light, you can see the bodies of a half-dozen humans. Most of them are impaled to one degree or another on long wooden spikes or arrows that are scattered across the room, or jutting angrily from the floor or walls of the wide hallway stretching into the darkness ahead of you. After a moment, you hear a rasping voice from further on in the darkness.
Gross.
Don't
This
trust
might sound
it.
a little heartless, guys, but I say we do not help that person.
Well,
I disagree. I think we should help anyone who needs help.
You go into the darkness and help that
Don't
creepy voice.
Morgrim is going to walk up to the first set of pots and see if he can see what's begging for help.
Did the door just close, or is that me clicking it closed?
If you clicked it and it closed, then that was you.
I was trying to move my character, but I think I accidentally closed the door. There we go.
Yeah, the doors that they added are kind of neat. You can actually interact with the players, which is fun. Just remember, do not open a door without asking me. Otherwise, there
Instant
may be
death.
unpleasant consequences.
Yes, so
All right, you are checking the pots for the source of the voice. Is that what you said, David?
No, I'm moving up to the first set of pots so I can see further into the room to see if I can see them. Should I roll a perception check?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a perception check to see if you can see them out in the glimmering, or not glimmering, the glowering darkness ahead of you.
25.
Okay.
With, of course, night vision.
You cannot see anything. It appears that perhaps the sound is coming from around the corner ahead of you. You will remember from your previous trip in here that this room is essentially T-shaped.
As a quick
I
question,
got a 22 to sense danger.
To
Perception.
sense danger.
I think it's dangerous.
Traps.
Yes, it is dangerous here.
Perception.
You sense lots of danger.
I got a 22 for perception to see if I could tell more specifically where the voice is coming from.
It appears to be coming from ahead of you.
Is it left corner or right corner, or can I not tell that?
Given the acoustics of this space, it is impossible to tell.
And
Okay.
did you say that like somewhere in this like puddle of blood, there's a bunch of impaled bodies?
Yeah,
Is that correct?
they're not
Okay.
like, I didn't put stuff in, but all of this up here, there are about a half dozen humans impaled to one degree or another.
Do they look like they're fresh?
They look pretty fresh.
Like is like the blood like flowing? If that makes sense.
It does not look like this happened like minutes ago or anything, but certainly within days.
I'm gonna skirt around Mako and Poipip, and I'm gonna examine one of the bodies.
Okay, and as you are coming forward, you're still hearing the rasping voice ahead of you.
You know, I
Um,
may or may not have just remembered that there was supposed to be another party who went in here shortly before us, like a
Yep,
day or so
your
ago.
character would remember, and everyone else would remember that Diana mentioned it and Corvin mentioned it, that not long before this, a group attempted the trip to the pyramid and had not since returned.
Well, they made it really far. I'm proud of them.
Well, I think we found them.
Grim will turn to Phoebe and say, hey, Phoebe, go up ahead and check for traps.
All right, and then Manawanui, you are examining bodies.
I am.
What are you attempting to discern?
Well, a few things.
Please,
One.
don't go that far ahead!
Yeah, also, Phoebe, you don't have a light source, so if you go that far, you're not going to be able to see much.
Also, you know, there's a giant pool of impaled people that might be from the traps!
Oh, yeah, you can see the evidence of the traps. Like I said, they are impaled on long wooden spikes or arrows that are scattered across the room or jutting angrily from the floors or walls of the wide hallway.
Okay, then Morgan's gonna have told Phoebe to try and disarm it if she can, or at least determine if it is still armed.
All right. Give me a perception check,
rolled
Phoebe, in a minute. First,
27.
Manawanui, what are you trying to find out about the bodies?
In general, if their cause of death is consistent with being porcupined, I guess, or if it looks like something else was done to the bodies after that, you know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
if anything
Make
unusual,
me a medicine check.
All right, let me see. Where's my medicine? Oh, Manawanui is not the best doctor. 18. That's not bad.
All right. So yeah, they were super killed because of being stabbed repeatedly. That is immediately obvious from all of the spikes sticking through and out of them. So cause of death, pretty straightforward. They do have some other injuries. A couple of them seem to have burns that don't have any evidence in the traps that have killed them. as well as some other things. So it seems like they had taken other damage. Whether it happened before or after they were impaled is not immediately obvious.
And it doesn't look like any of their, like, I don't know, organs were harvested, does it?
No, it does not appear that way.
Good.
All right. Perception
More
check
food.
from Phoebe. What'd you get?
27.
All right. It appears that the traps have been triggered and are not reset. So at least in the immediate area, it seems that you are safe thanks to these people's brave sacrifice.
Because these people will dumb and triggered the trap. Well, good. I say to Mulgrim / group.
It's not a nice thing to say about people you almost certainly knew.
She's cold like
I don't
that.
know. They could have been new.
I
They could have
guess.
been new.
Ip kneels down and says a prayer for the fallen.
All right. So you hear the voice, "Help, whoever you are." As you are now further forward, you can tell it seems to be coming from the right.
Morgrim is gonna move up here to look where the bloody footprints lead.
All right. Bloody footprints are largely just cosmetic, so don't worry about them. But you should see to your right a figure
A rat.
right here.
Okay,
And that is indeed the source of the cries for help.
Morgrim is going to move, I guess, up next to him. Morgrim doesn't think he's dangerous at this point, and motion for a poi pip to follow him.
All right. So
Is he just
You,
a regular sized rat?
no, he is a human-sized rat.
Okay, good to know.
Morgrim, you do indeed recognize this fellow. He is one of the people from the trip from the last expedition. The people in this group were a bit new. They had been shipwrecked, a few weeks back, but this is a small community, so even in that time, you'd kind of gotten to know them at least a little bit before Diana had convinced them to head off and try to deal with their pyramid-shaped problem. This particular rat, is named Riven. And he reaches up and grabs at your shoulders and tries to pull you closer to him. And
So Riven started out as a rat man. He didn't get turned into a rat man.
correct, he has always been a rat
The term
man.
is rat folk.
And yes,
Anyways.
it is rat folk. So he grabs
Morgrim
you by the
will
shoulder and tries to
kneel
pull you
down.
closer.
Morgrim will kneel down.
Oh, I
and
assumed you were
say-
already kneeling.
Oh, okay. So Morgrim's already kneeling then. He was planning to. So Morgrim will get closer and say, "Aye, Riven, what is it?"
You have to get out of this place quickly.
So Morgrim will turn to a poi pip and say, "Do you have anything that could stabilize him? I don't know. I believe stabilize is a spell, or heal him if you can."
I actually did bring stabilize.
Just to
I
make sure we want
cast
that.
stabilize on this rat folk.
All right, so he lets out a bit of a sigh, as he is stabilized and is no longer dying. But then he as the focus starts to come back into his eyes a little stronger, the panic only intensifies, and he grabs you and is like, "Now we have to leave." And you guys hear a loud noise coming from the door to the north.
Dear.
So let's go ahead and open that boy up. And let's get some initiative checks as some very fun things come rushing through the door.
Okay, so I figure considering there are things rushing through the door, it doesn't. Okay, there we go. Now I can see one of them. The pillar was completely blocking my view just moments. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. So
I love all of what I'm seeing here.
given the surprise, I'm going to essentially say that their surprise round was them moving through the door. I at least won't give them an actual turn to attack you, so I hope you appreciate me.
Thank you, merciful GM.
And yeah,
I got a 21.
No, the initiative rolls will be done in Hero Lab.
Okay.
So let's
where
go ahead and
do I
get
do my
them.
initiative roll?
I will ask you in a minute what you want to use for your initiative, and then Hero Lab will roll for you.
Okay.
So.
Will you tell us what our choices are again? Sorry.
Yes, after a moment. So you should now see in Hero Lab the enemies have arrived. And let's see, roll for initiative. There we go. Okay, so your options are perception, which is the default, acrobatics, athletics, stealth, or survival.
Can I use survival?
What are you doing survivally wise that it is affecting your roll?
To survive.
How are you using your survival skills to have a better reaction to this fight?
Well, let me read the description of survival real quick.
All right. Well, while you're thinking about that, Phoebe, I imagine you're using stealth.
Yeah.
And that makes perfect sense to me. You're definitely snicking around. Is anyone else using non-perception for their role?
I would like to use athletics, and my reason for why is that I need to stand up.
That is perfectly fair. I will give it to you. I should have you use acrobatics with your -1.
No, I'm not jumping or doing anything acrobatic. It's the athletic standing up. I'm not jumping up. Please, I beg you.
I am trying to find the best area of the room to go to survive.
All right, so you do not have a good reason to use survival.
Well, I don't know how you could use survival because I read the description. And it's like just
if you were, let's say you guys were traveling through the woods and there was a sound in a bush and goblins jumped out. And that would be a time where your survival skills could benefit you because you could be like, well, I knew that rustle in that bush sounded like goblins and not a deer. That kind of thing would make sense.
I knew the way the door opened. That was no normal door opening. That was a hostile opening of a door, y'all. Let me just tell you.
I think that would be something related to the crafting / creation of doors.
Perception is good.
Alrighty.
I was gonna do a little tuck and roll move, so I was hoping to use acrobatics.
Okay. Not your stealth. That's actually higher. It's +12.
I know, but I was trying to do it with what I could think of, like role playing wise, not necessarily just looking at my numbers.
No, that works. Either one is great. I would give you stealth because, like, obviously y'all are trying to be sneaky. You know you're in danger, but I love the tuck and roll, so acrobatics is also great.
Thank you. Yes, I'm like, why are you trying to take away my tuck and roll, Thomas?
No, I just wanted to give you the option in case you hadn't noticed and you wanted that extra 2 points.
Thank you.
All right, then we are good to go. Confirm and start initiative. And then you should see on the stage view, you should all now see yourselves sorted by initiative order.
Oh, winner.
So, Ip, you are first.
All right. Ip is first, which means I can do some fun stuff like no, Don't close the window. I want to look at my spells. Okay. I want to cast Shielded Arm on Morgrim. Unless you already have a
Alright.
shield. Do you have a shield?
Our friendship.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
I don't remember if you're. I don't know if you remember from last session, but Morgrim may or may not be carrying a detached stone wall reinforced with metal.
Yeah, so
So
he
you don't
has
need a
he doesn't
shield
just
arm.
have a shield. He has a that's not a knife. This is a knife size shield.
Okay, so you don't want shielded arm. You want protection.
Much obliged.
I cast protection on Morgrim. The target gains a +1 status bonus to armor class and saving throws for 1 minute.
And there we go. I was able to find protection in my modifiers.
Nice. Alright, and
So
then
there's
Go
I
ahead.
assume it's okay if I use like the little modifications bar at the bottom to add protection to my character, just so I don't have to keep track of it.
That's what it's there for. Just make sure you remove it when it is used up.
10 turns, got it.
Okay, and then I will cast Guidance on Little Phoebe. Grants the target a +1 status bonus to 1 attack roll, perception check, saving throw, or skill check before the start of your next turn.
Not that I'm don't want that to happen, but as a cleric, can you cast more than one spell a round?
In this case, he cast a
Guidance is
2-action
only
and
one
single action.
Yeah.
So spells for you are just like a single action?
No, he cast
Most
one
of them are 2
2-action
actions.
and 1 single action.
Oh, that's
Most of my spells are 2 actions, except
but you
for
have one action spells.
yeah. The only 2 are my cantrips, Guidance and Shield.
Well, that's kind of cool.
But yeah, okay. So Phoebe, you get a +1 to your next attack roll or perception check or
Awesome.
skill check. You get to choose which roll to use it on.
Alright, so that is it for Ip's turn. Phoebe, you are up.
Since Bandit can't attack, I moved him out of the way so that he wouldn't get targeted.
Okay.
Because he's in tattoo form right now.
Sounds good.
I use a movement action.
Okay. I believe you have, what, a 20-foot move speed? 25. Alright, so you can move up to 25 feet.
And then would my rapier reach this guy?
No, you need to be one space closer to him.
Which one are you trying to
So that'll
stab? The shield and sword guy or the armor?
The shield and sword.
Yes, you would be able to reach him.
Okay. Then I roll to attack. I don't know attack. For the attack, I 19.
You got a 17?
19.
19. Alright. That is a miss.
Do I get a second attack because I only used one action to move forward?
Yes, you have a total of 3 actions. You've used 1 action to move and then 1 action to attack, so you have 1 more attack. Are you rolling it in Hero Lab?
Yes.
Okay, so then it
15.
will automatically calculate the lower number for your additional attacks.
And don't forget to use your +1 if you want to use it from me.
Okay, well, I use that on my first attack, so does a 20 hit?
A 20 does hit.
Nice.
So that will make your first attack a hit and your second attack a miss. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and roll damage.
Don't forget to add your sneak attack precision, because since you used stealth, I believe you automatically have them off guard.
Not in this case, because they ambushed you.
Okay.
10 damage.
10 damage. All right. It's going to be against bandit number 4 here. And he looks none too pleased as far as you can tell, but he's also an undead skeleton, so it's hard to read.
Skellerman.
Yeah. But you do seem to have taken a chunk out of him. So that is it for your turn. Akalupu. Are you here to do some damage?
Hold on.
Yes. Akaluku is ready to destroy things.
All right. So rushing
Good,
into the room.
I was like, I don't want to play this room without Anna. Like,
Yeah, and I probably should have described what came rushing into the room. Rushing into the room, there are 2 undead skeletons wearing a tattered armor and rags. They are wielding a sword and a shield in either hand. There are also 2 sets of armor that seem to have a blue ghastly light emanating from within and are moving under their own auspices. And there is finally 2 large, very strange looking contraptions, which I will just make big so that you can see them, but that's what they look like. You can tell me what you think that is.
A Howl's moving furnace.
Sounds about right. These strange
dear
contraptions
God,
are
steampunk has come.
The strange contraptions are moving with multiple tentacle-like appendages, whipping around almost at random, jerking and shaking, and just in general looking creepy and dangerous.
You go check.
So, Agalupu,
Oh,
what
yes.
you gwan do?
I'm gonna start raging.
It's always solid.
So I started raging.
I'll come over here and I'll put you next to Mono Anui, since I would assume that's where you would have been, rather than all the way back at the entrance to the pyramid.
Yes, that is indeed where I've been. I was actually just being like, oh, that's unfortunate. This may take me a while to get up there. All right, 35 feet. Stuff behind these. Okay, cool. So I can totally just make sense.
Yep. At this point, you can either sudden charge to stride twice and hit them, or you can stride once and hit them. So either way, you're getting 1 attack and moving up to them.
Yes. So I'm going to move up and hit them.
All right. Give them a good whack.
See if it's ever. There you go. Finally loaded. Does a 17 hit?
A 17 does not hit, unfortunately.
God dang. You know, I'm gonna use my hero point and re-roll that
Go for it.
because I rolled a 3.
Yeah.
Like, all right, that's better. Nat 20.
Dang! All right, so you definitely hit with a nat 20.
That's a big swing.
That's a
Is it
crit.
a crit?
That is indeed a crit.
Do some damage. 52.
All
Is there
right.
any point in rolling bleed?
There is not, in large part because this creature cannot bleed,
Okay.
I
Makes
believe.
sense.
No, actually, this
So-
guy does not have bleed under its immunities. Death effects, disease, doomed, drained, fatigued, healing, mental, non-lethal attacks, paralyzed, poison, sickened, spirit, unconscious, vitality, and void, but not bleed, so...
Because it bleeds oil, probably.
Exactly. So, if
just to let
it
people-
bleeds, so you can kill it.
Yeah, I do have something important to say. Starlink is going down right now, so Faith and me can't play right now.
Oh,
Faith just got something to give us internet out.
Alright, cool.
2 bleed.
So yeah, we should be joining back in a moment. That's why we were gone for a little bit.
Alright,
If
sounds
it even
good.
registered we were gone.
No, unfortunately, I did not notice.
I saw on
Alright.
Discord it did say like it blooped that you guys have dropped out. Sad.
Yeah. Well, glad you're back. That is great. So you did 50 damage, is that correct?
52 damage and then 2 bleed.
2 damage. All right. It isn't dead, but it looks very unhappy. You just like took out a couple of its weird tentacle appendages. It seems to be leaking some sort of brown, sticky, frothy liquid all over the place, giving off a sour smell.
No. Akaluku would look at it and think, finally a worthy opponent. Except for he's kind of too busy raging right now.
Exactly. He's just looking at it and be like, it's not dead yet. Ah!
Exactly.
If not dead, soon will be. All right. That is Aklupu's turn. So, this bandit over by Phoebe, this skeleton, he's going to move down here. And he's going to try his hand at poking you with the sharp end and see how you like it. For the load. There we go. All right. So, a 16 and a 9 will not hit, I imagine.
is he attacking Akalupu?
Now he is attacking Phoebe.
Okay.
Let me check.
Yes, Phoebe has
So I
an
doubt
AC of 23, so definitely will not be hitting Phoebe.
Yeah.
That is his turn. Morgrim, you're up.
Okay. Give me a second. I had to reload my map. Hello, where am I? There we go. That's the part of the map I'm in.
All right, and
me
the
see.
pillars only block the space that they're actually in. Someone could stand like behind it, like here, just to clarify that.
Okay, Morgrim is going to use Sudden Charge to move to right about there and make one attack against the tentacle monster thingy.
All right.
He got a 22.
That just barely hits.
And he deals... Give me just a second to do math. 9 damage.
All right. Not too shabby. If Akalupu hadn't just gone the round before and done 52 damage. All right. To be fair, I think that's how most people feel after Akalupu actually hits something in a round. Yeah, so you
It
come
would be
up.
really annoying, except he's in our party.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a feeling we should all get used to.
Yeah. Not everyone can have as deeps as big as Akalupu. But you all have your own places in the party. If you were all muscle heads who were built only to do massive damage, it would make this game a lot harder for you. I guarantee it.
So he's saying
It'd be
we're
kind
all
of fun
special in
though.
our
Kind
own
of a little
way.
funny.
Exactly. Because if everyone was Akalupu, then no one would be.
Well, no one in the party.
All right.
That's the plot of The Incredibles.
Exactly. So you come up, you take your flame hammer. You did include the flame damage, right?
I rolled exactly a 1.
Sag. Actually, let me check. This thing might be flame immune. It is not, thankfully. You thwack it good and hard with your hammer, and you can tell that this thing is of surprisingly high quality workmanship, as it seems to be absorbing some of your physical damage when you hit it. But not all of it. Some of your damage does go through, and this thing is looking very much worse for wear, but still twitching and reaching for you in uncomfortable ways. All right, I believe you have one action remaining.
All-important decision. I'm gonna raise my shield.
All right.
That'll be my last action for the turn.
Morgan raises his shield to protect himself. Probably not the worst idea, considering you're currently flanked.
Yep.
All right, so that is the end of Morgrim's turn. Manawanui, you've been drawing lines here for a minute. I imagine you have a plan.
I've been drawing a pretty pony. No, I was wondering.
Indeed.
I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I think that if I try to do a lightning bolt from here, I think I'll get my own compadres. So I think instead we're gonna try this new spell called Dive and Breach. And how I think it works is that I leap 10 feet away from me. So I'd be like here. I've never used this spell, which is why I'm talking through it, which would be like here. And then, hey, where's my measuring stick? Where's my measuring stick? There we go. Then I emerge. I go into I disappear as if it's water there, and then I emerge 40 feet away, appearing in another splash of water.
Mm-hmm.
And then from wherever that splash is, I can land 10 feet away from that. And then everywhere within let's see. Each splash deals 3d10 bludgeoning damage to all creatures within a 5-foot emanation. Creatures in multiple splash zones take only 1 damage. So
your goal is to
like
jump 10 feet away from you, go under, reappear next to the creatures, and then jump 10 feet away from them, I imagine?
Yes, so I think the first jump counts as a splash.
Yes.
As well, because it says each splash, so I can only imagine the first one would also be a splash. Is that
That is
how you
correct.
would read it?
That is correct. And
Okay, cool,
since you jump 10 feet, you actually do have enough room to get away from Mako, because a 5-foot emanation from here would not hit Mako. Then you could reappear, say, here, and end up here.
Yeah, so what I was thinking about was moving first, right? Because I can move first, because I've got 3 actions. So moving first, then jumping, and then... Yeah. So I guess my question is...
You could if you wanted, but it's not going to get you anything, because each, like it said, being in both of the splashes doesn't count. It only counts once.
Okay.
So you can't splash them going in and then splash them on the way out. Because creatures
see.
in multiple splash zones only take damage once. So
I could do it there, and then
true.
there. I mean, this one would
I don't know that you have the
get
movement to get 10 feet away from that first one. Because you move, what, 30 feet?
Yeah, so, like, right... I could get here.
Okay, so I guess you would be able to do that.
Alright. We'll see how it is, because Mononui is kind of not the most strongest of characters. And when I first got the spell, I thought it was I could appear 40 feet away from where I initially was splashing people, but then I was like, oh no.
Yeah, no, your second splash only gives you a 10-foot leap away from where it emerges.
But, like, you know, the
Okay.
Mononui...
So you are going to... Yep, that's the wrong tool.
If I move
So you're going
here,
to move to here. Then you are going to leap. Actually, you need to leap 10 feet specifically. So you probably want to move to...
here?
That work? Yeah, that would work. So you can move to here, leap here, splash, reemerge here, splash, and end up here.
Sweet. Alright. That is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to move here. And then I'm going to cast Dive and Breach. I don't. It just has me roll damage. So
So there is a reflex save. So
probably
there is a reflex
okay.
save.
I trust you.
A DC 21 reflex save. So let's get that from these people. So this is this guy.
Boop.
Reflex.
Boop.
Okay. First guy makes it. And reflex. Second guy also makes it.
Oh, sad day.
And then for the strange contraptions, let's get their reflex. Man, they're on fire. This guy also made it.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Yeah, at 21. So the first guy exactly matched it, and then the next two were 26s, so they actually outdid it. Okay, final guy rolled low, got a 16 and failed. So it's going to be half damage on the first three and full damage on the last one.
So half damage on the first two would be 22 divided by 2, so 11 on the first two.
So let's see. So that is bandit number 3 here. For 11 points of damage. And then magic armor number 1 here. For 11 points of damage. And then strange contraption number 6 also takes 11 points of damage. He is barely holding on at this point. And then 22 for the other guy.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is your spell completed.
Woo.
And because you took a move action, that is also your turn completed. So now it is animated armor number 2. He is up. I think he's just gonna take some swipes at Morgrim. See if he can beat... What's your AC at this point?
27.
See if he can roll really, really well. Okay, that's actually a hit. Only barely, though. Oh, wow. 2 hits. And that's a miss. And is a Yeah, no, that's definitely not a crit. Okay, so just 2 hits. Bloop, bloop. And bloop. Okay. Morgrim, you this guy swings at you with a massive gauntleted fist, and despite raising your shield, you can't cover all angles at once, and as you are currently surrounded by 3 different enemies, he manages to weave in a couple of solid punches, ringing your ears as the impact on your helmet reverberates loudly around you, and you take 18 points of damage. So, not even through your stamina, though, at this point. That is his turn. Now we have animated armor number 1. Well, what is his move speed? 20 feet.
He doesn't want to come after the person who just like appeared out of the water floor.
No, that's definitely not what I was just
No.
measuring or anything. And he
No.
comes over here.
Oh, he wants to be my friend.
Oh yeah, no, he looks real friendly.
Hi,
And
hey,
also
buddy.
super happy to just be completely soaked at the moment. And raising a massive gauntleted fist that you just saw deliver rather painful looking blows into the side of Morgrim's head. Let's see what this guy can do.
Would it help if I said "Hey, buddy" before he came over? Hey, buddy.
Probably not. All right.
That was Pony Island, right?
I think so. I do remember that though. That was pretty funny. Actually, no, I think that was one of the ghosts on Papaya Island that tried to crawl under your skin, literally.
I think so. I just remember I went up to one.
Oh no,
of
it wasn't Buddy. It was Friendo.
Oh, hey, friendo. That's right.
Yeah, and then they started crawling under your skin.
Yeah, it was.
So does a 25 hit you?
A 20. Yeah, my AC is super low.
It's almost like you're
Hey,
a
is my
squishy
mic
mage
still not
character.
working? Okay.
We can hear you.
So my internet went down. How much damage was I supposed to take?
17.
18.
Oh, tried to save you.
All right. So he comes over, smashes you in the face, and does a much more modest 6 points of damage.
That's about that's about equivalent.
Probably. So he smashes you in the face, and that sends you reeling backward, almost thankfully, because it results in you not taking the second blow to the face.
Nice.
And he actually rolled a 1.
Nice.
So critical failure on his second attack. He doesn't have a weapon to drop, though.
Sad day. Can he just feel embarrassed about himself?
Oh yeah, no, he takes 1 point of embarrassment damage.
There we go.
All right, go ahead and apply that. All right, he took 1 point of damage to his social status. All of the other animated armors are gonna laugh at him now.
As they should. As they should.
All right, so that's his turn. Strange contraption number 5. That is.
Oh my god,
this
what
one.
did I roll?
Uh-oh.
You rolled a 9.
Where does it say that?
It's in the stage view of the campaign. You can see the turn order.
Okay.
Do you want me to come help you?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you definitely did not roll very well on this initiative, unfortunately.
It's because I'm tuck and rolling hungover. Don't do that, kids.
Yeah, you can see now why I was trying to give you every possible bonus. All right, so strange contraption number 5. It is going to come over here, where it has a wealth of targets. Its long, spindly legs allowing it to easily lift its hulking tank-like body over top of the fountain there. And it is going to start with smacking Akalupu.
Poor Akalupu.
Yeah, you might think that. Actually, it's not going to do that. It's going to walk up to Mono Anui.
Mono never did nothing to it. Just gave it a little bath. Just cleaned up, some of the grease off of its gears.
Yeah. So it's going to come up to Mono Anui and it's going to say, "Greetings. Would you like a drink?" And now you have to make a will save.
Well, what if I just say yes? What if I want to say yes?
That is valid. Do you say yes?
No, let me roll.
I mean, I'm
That's
not
not
going to
good.
stop you.
I got a 17 and I have a plus 12.
Oof. All right, so you are so off put by this, randomly speaking, that you are now flat-footed against it.
Oh no.
Oh no, indeed.
What did Mono Anui ever do to it? Gave it a little bit of water. I was giving it a drink. Hey, wait a minute. Wait just 1 minute.
Wanted to return the favor.
All right, so I imagine a
Ryan had no drink
20.
yet.
I imagine a 22 hits.
Me?
I believe so.
Unfortunately.
All right.
This is
So you take 12 points of damage, and it now has
day.
you grappled as it wraps its tentacle-like appendages around you.
This is not the kind of drink I was expecting. Excuse me. Can I talk to your manager?
And he says, "Don't worry, the drink is coming." I regret saying that now that I've heard myself out loud.
Are we not doing phrasing?
Yeah, no, don't worry. This is not a I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going moment. Believe it or not.
The children are here.
All right. But yeah, you are grappled.
Sad day.
And you took damage, right?
I did.
Okay, wanted to make sure you'd given that to yourself.
I'm now through all of my stamina.
Da da da. Waffles. Okay, so that is its turn. Next we have the extremely wounded number 6 here. And
Wait, as a question, did it take a turn asking me if I wanted a beverage?
it took an action asking if
That's
you
what I
wanted
meant
a
to say.
beverage. So it used
That's
one
awesome.
action to move, one action to ask if you wanted a beverage, and then another one to attack you.
I don't feel as bad anymore for getting flat-footed about that.
And it rolled high enough it didn't even need to have you flat-footed, so it technically did waste its turn on that.
Mono Anui's happy to take one for the team.
All right. Well, strange contraption number 6 is extremely damaged and seems to be flailing about wildly, and it is flanking Morgrim, so that's who it's going to attack. Yeah, we'll throw one attack at Akalupu. Why not? For funsies. All right. I believe
Oh,
a
wait,
20.
I just realized I have something. Can I use a focus point to cast this Protector's Sacrifice out of turn?
I don't believe so, unless it is a reaction spell. So
It is a reaction spell.
okay. What is the trigger?
an ally within 30 feet takes damage.
All right, then yes, you may do that.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. And if it says heightened +1, does that mean I +1 until level 3?
Yeah, so it should be a +2 at level 3, it sounds like.
Okay, cool. So that means I can redirect 9 damage to myself.
Oh, nice.
All right. Do you remember how much you took, Mono Anui?
I took over 9 damage.
All right, I can pull up the history.
I believe it was 12 from the strange
Yes,
contraption.
12 damage. So go ahead and return 9 hit points to yourself, and Ip, you can go ahead and apply those to yourself instead.
Just doing my job.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Mono Nui gives you a thankful look. I don't know if I heard you cast it, but I felt a shimmer in the force.
Exactly. No, you definitely felt the impact being lessened as it wrapped you up in its tentacles. All right, Mono Anui, or Akalupu, I mean. I applied the first attack to you, and unfortunately, it rolled a crit. So,
Oof.
gonna be some damage. Okay, Akalupu, if you are there, give yourself 22 points of damage.
Oof. I mean, not like as good as it could have been, but
Okay, and you are also grabbed, by the way. It's kind of their thing.
that's par for the course for Akaluku.
Yep, and next up, Morgrim. I believe a 21 will not hit you. Not even close. Neither will a 25. So Morgrim... Oh, no, wait. You are also flanked. So will I think a 27 does just barely hit you.
25 will just barely hit me. 27, yeah, because +2 for the enemy. Yes, it will barely hit me.
Yeah, so if you were not being flanked by that skeleton, you'd have been fine, but unfortunately you were, so you are going to be hit.
Is it... I would like to use my shield raise reaction.
All right.
Shield block reaction.
That is going to reduce the damage by using the hardness of your, or the hit points in your shield, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes, hardness of my shield. So it reduces the damage by 9, and then me and my shield both take whatever remaining damage.
All right, then you take, what is that? Reduced by 9, so that is going to be 6 points of damage to you and your shield.
Okay.
Okay, and that is his turn. Mako, finally.
Here she is to save the day.
Indeed. And you can see these contraptions, your time with Sunbeam and whatnot, gives you a suspicion that they might be weak to electricity.
Great. And because of my special alchemy power, I could throw bottled lightning and it wouldn't electrocute even the people that are in their tentacle grasps. Correct?
Because you have that feat, yeah, I'll give it to you.
Okay. You don't have to, I'm okay. You don't have to do me any favors. We could play the real way.
We'll say that, I mean, their tentacles look kind of, insulated to me.
Yeah.
So I would say that it would make sense that you can damage their body without it, arcing to them directly.
Yeah, those are like rubbery almost.
Exactly. So I think it's
Silicone
fair.
Tentacles for sure.
If you were underwater, I would say that still wouldn't work, but in this case, I think it's fair. So yes,
Okay.
you can damage them without damaging your allies.
Great. I also feel like I just want to call out that I feel like I was trying to keep up with everybody doing battle, but I'm new to this part of the role playing. I feel like I really was getting the hang of role playing, but now
Yeah.
that we're fighting, I'm like, okay, I forget how we do this.
No
So,
worries. So basically,
I'm gonna give
everyone
myself,
has 3 actions. You
Okay.
can use your actions to either move, attack, or do other actions like, let's say there was an invisible enemy in the room, you could do a seek action to try and find them. If you were by a door, you could do an interact action to open with it, that sort of thing. But the 2 primary things you'll do with your 3 actions are going to be moving or attacking.
Great. And how do I? Sometimes when I click on my guy and then drag, it's like this is how far it is, and sometimes it's not, and I'm not sure why.
Do you have the measuring tool open? So on the left side, there's like,
Yes.
a thing that looks like a measuring stick as one of the icons, and then you can measure. And then if you
Okay,
click on
yes.
the top where there's a little arrow, the select tool, that you can actually click and drag your character.
Okay. And let's see. My range is 30 feet, so I don't actually have to move. But I said that I tucked and rolled, so I feel like I should move a little bit.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
If you want to
I want to
like,
get closer to the action. I want to get, I think, over by.
yeah. And if you want to hit, I guess this guy you could just barely hit without moving.
Oh, there you go.
And keep in mind that moving will take up one of your actions. So if you want to get off 3 full attacks, you're going to want to not move.
I guess that makes sense. So I will go ahead and throw a bottled lightning at guy. Oh, I thought that would. Okay, never mind. At the guy in the back, who I believe is holding Akalupu.
Yeah, he's holding both Akalupu and Morgrim at the moment.
Yeah.
And he is also
Causing
extremely
issue.
damaged, so he does seem
Can
like
you
a
get
target you could
both
finish
of them
off.
if you like throw your thing here next to both of them?
She could, but it wouldn't do impact damage. It would only do the splash damage if she's not hitting one of them directly.
I see.
And the majority of the damage is from the impact damage.
That makes sense.
If I hit one of them, will the other one get splash damage?
Technically, yes. If you hit this guy in the bottom left corner there, you could hit him to where it would splash the other enemy. And because you have the feet, the bomber feet, you could make it splash the enemy and not Akalupu at the same time.
Or in the top right corner of the lower guy. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, but I think we want to kill the top guy because he's got both of them grappled.
Yeah. I mean, they're both grappling someone, but the top guy is a lot lower health. So if you're trying to finish off a target, that would be the one to go for.
Okay. Okay. I am rolling. Okay, I got a 14, which is terrible.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, that's a miss.
Yes. So I'm gonna try again. Like not with the hero point, just like with my second action.
Yeah, of course, technically, it still hits somewhere with a 14. So go ahead and roll me 1d8. Yeah, /R 1d8.
I'm so embarrassing.
No, you're all good.
So what did you say? /R and then I do 1d8?
Yes, so /R, a space, and then 1d8. Perfect.
Okay.
All right, a 3. So that is going to land it directly on Akalupu's face, unfortunately.
Oh my gosh.
So basically the way it works is wherever you targeted, and then you roll 1d8, and then depending on the distance you threw, it'll be a certain number of squares away from where it landed, and then the 1d8 is direction, where 1 is up, the next one is catty corner, sideways, and then Akalupu's face.
Oh my gosh.
Uh,
Jesus, take the wheel.
So, I'll say it's only the splash damage since you weren't hitting him directly. What is the splash damage on your lightning?
It says effects off guard 4E splash. So 4, is that correct?
That sounds right. Let me pull it up and I can confirm. Yes, +4 splash. So, Akalupu, you take 4 points of damage as you get a little bit of, static shock.
Tis but a flesh wound.
Oh my gosh, this hangover is killing me.
All right, you've got 2 more attacks, though.
Okay.
And are you rolling them in Hero Lab?
I was, but maybe I will.
So I would suggest doing that, because otherwise you'll have to keep a track of the multi-attack penalty yourself. Because you'll notice when it lists your attack, it's got, you can also just look it up, but you can see it's your first attack is a +11, then a +6, then a +1. So if you're not really rolling it in Hero Lab, I just wanted to make sure that you were keeping a track of the multi-attack. If you aren't doing it in Hero Lab, it'll just do it for you.
Okay, so I'm gonna do it in Hero Lab. So let's see. Oh my gosh. What if I wanted to hero points then?
If you,
Then I could re-roll.
yeah, there's a way to re-roll. So if it,
Okay.
if you want to re-roll one, you can. Where do you click?
I will.
Somewhere to tell it to re-roll.
Yeah, I found it.
Okay.
And that went worse. So I got a 9, which is also not a hit.
Oh no. All right. And are you aiming for the same square, this bottom left corner here?
Yes, sorry, Akalupu.
All right, let's get another 1d8 and not roll 3 this time.
No.
No.
I need to buy Akalupu a cake or something after this. This is horrible.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, though, even though I wasn't counting it, that splash damage should also be hitting the contraption. So you're damaging the right target, also.
Oh my gosh! Thank you.
All right. So that's
Sure.
another 4 hit points. Is that right?
Yes, Anna, I'm so sorry.
And believe it or not, between those 2 attacks, that is enough to kill. Strange contraption.
See, you're doing
here.
it. Akalupu's got like 800 hit points, so it doesn't matter.
Pretty much.
Oh yeah, no,
Literally impossible to kill Akalupu.
Yeah, Akalupu
Akalupu
has a magic
not
item.
even through half of his stamina.
Yeah.
Don't
You're not
say it's
even-
literally impossible because I'm clearly taking this challenge.
I would assume you're not even through your pink rhomboid yet.
Well, I did,
Okay.
but because the pink rhomboid's only 15, and
I thought it was
the
30. Okay.
attack. No, it's 15. So but
Anyway,
I'm not even halfway through my stamina points. So
yeah, it's legitimately damage he can just brush off. This is, I need 15 minutes to catch my breath kind of damage still at this point.
That's good.
All right, you have one more action. Would you like to throw it?
Anywhere else? Literally anywhere else? Yes, I will try and throw it at the one that is grappling Manoanui.
All right. Which square are you aiming for?
I think can reach, and it's the best option to do like the top left corner.
That seems reasonable.
Okay. It's thinking. Sorry, my Hero Lab is, I feel like, going really slow. Okay, and I got a 12, which is also bad.
Sag. Man, the dice hate you today. You might have to
Yeah.
switch to rolling them for real. Go ahead and give me another 1d8. Let's see where this lands.
Okay.
One of us is much less impossible to kill.
Well, I threw it not next to you, so I don't. Can it hit you? I don't know.
Splash damage could hit.
Oh God.
Depending on where it ends up landing, so we'll see. 7. Okay.
7 sounds good. Isn't that?
That is
The west?
right here. So
Yes.
Nice.
it's going to do 4 points of splash damage to your to the strange contraption here. So a little bit of chip damage there. And does not hit Mono Anui, thankfully.
Mono Nui breathes a little sigh of relief.
Yeah. Jeez. Louise.
All right,
And
so
cheese.
that brings us to the final skeleton. He has a movement speed of 25.
Oh my God. Yeah. Thank God my turn is over. Jeez.
Hey, you killed
It
the
was stressful.
one of the biggest ones.
Yeah. Overall, I guess the effect was not terrible, but it was stressful.
So this skeleton's gonna come over and he's gonna try to take some whacks at Mono Anui, who is currently indisposed. So unfortunately, that's gonna make you a little easier to hit.
Do you have to try hard not to hit like his buddy's little hand?
I don't think he cares.
Sad day. Where's the camaraderie between pyramid ghouls? What is this world coming to?
Almost a crit. That's a 19 for 28 and a 22. I believe both of those hit.
Unfortunately.
Even without you being flat-footed from being grappled. So that is going to be 14 points of damage.
That's sad.
Yeah, that will definitely hurt in the morning. That's going to be into your hit points at this point.
Just a flesh wound. Don't worry about it.
I've got another focus point ready to take another 9 points of damage if you want.
Let's wait until like maybe next turn.
Okay.
Because that might literally save my life.
It certainly might. Okay, so that is round 1. Everyone's doing all right, except a foolhardy Mono Anui who thought 10 feet away from the enemies was enough.
Nah, Mono Nui's just used to it by now.
True. At least there's no archers this time.
Yeah, no, if there are archers, Mono Nui might have had second thoughts.
All right, round 2. Ip.
All right. And I can't even like heal you. Is that right?
I was
Unclear. So you did mess around with it a little bit, and you tried channeling negative energy specifically into the dead parts of the hand, and that seemed to not be unpleasant at the very least. And you know that channeling positive energy in an emanation is not a great idea. I don't believe you've tried channeling specifically into undead flesh. But that would require you to get close enough to use it as a touch spell.
Right.
It'll all be good. I have faith in you. In your decision.
30-foot emanation hits all of them again.
Sure would.
But these, well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I might have said I had faith in your decision. But Mana Anui enjoys life.
You're making this so hard for me.
You just do it the old-fashioned way.
Would you like to make an what would be applicable?
Are these machines fiends or undead?
You would need to roll to determine that. Which ones are you trying to check specifically?
I would like to know. I'll use an action to determine if the contraption is a fiend or undead.
All right. In this case, I won't require you to use an action. Just go ahead and roll.
What am I rolling?
That would be crafting.
Crafting.
Because it is the strange contraptions you're looking at, correct?
Yes. $23.
All right. It is neither a fiend or undead.
Okay. Then I will not use my searing light. I will instead God, I really want to blast these guys.
Don't do it.
Do you think it's gonna kill you?
Go ahead and make. Go ahead and make an intelligence check for me.
Still have 11 health.
I'm doing the intelligence check.
Correct.
Intelligence 17.
All right. It occurs to you that only the two skeletons are undead and would therefore take damage from your negative energy. The two suits of armor and the two strange contraptions would be entirely unaffected.
Oh, damn.
Excuse me, sir. You sound disappointed.
I am a little.
That your good old friend Mana Anui will live.
It's only 3d8 damage. It could roll less than 11.
They could each be a 1.
I will cast Shield Other on Mana Anui.
All right.
For the next 10 minutes, we split the damage you take half and half.
Nice. That may indeed save Mana Anui's life this next turn.
And then I will shoot my crossbow at the big boy.
Alrighty. Go ahead and give me an attack roll. $23. Alright, that hits.
And that does 12 piercing damage.
Alright, so similar to Morgrim, you can tell that they seem to be of a very sturdy build, and your damage seems to be reduced from what you would expect, but it does take damage.
Oh, I was hoping the piercing would help.
Sadly, no. Alright.
That's all my actions.
And what did you roll on your crafting check? An 18?
How do I check the history? Dice roll history, 23.
23. All right. So I will give you, in addition to you realizing that they're not undead or fiends, they seem to have a resistance to physical damage of all types. So, yeah, piercing.
That tracks.
Piercing doesn't help. Any physical damage is reduced. All right, Phoebe.
So, since I am not a whale, that the skeletons have resistance to physical damage, I'm gonna attack
Not the skeletons,
skeleton next to.
the strange contraptions are the ones that have the resistance to physical damage.
Okay. I'm gonna attack the skeleton next to me with all 3 tomes. Does a 29 hit?
That'll hit.
16 damage.
All right. Go ahead and roll all your attacks.
Does a 17? Hit.
17 does not hit.
So 11 doesn't either. 16 damage.
All right, 16 damage. Yeah, you notice this guy also seems to be taking reduced damage. But you would need to roll something to determine exactly what the resistance is. But whether it's piercing or physical or something, it is taking less damage from you. But it does take some damage, so it's not an entirely immune. That is Phoebe's turn. So, Akalupu, you're now freed. Unfortunately, you are prone as you got thrown to the ground after being grappled in this thing's dying death throes.
And electrocuted.
Yes, and electrocuted a couple of times. Yeah, just enough to make the hairs stand on end.
Oh yeah, just a little more pep in my step.
Exactly. So you can either spend 1 action to stand up, or you can attack from the prone position, which will obviously incur a penalty to your attack.
Oh, stand up.
All right. So you can spend 1 action to stand up.
I still have 2 actions to it. Dang, another nat 20.
Woof! All right, let's get that
Wow.
damage roll.
I hope everyone's appreciating their good rolling juju that I'm providing
Right.
by not being able to roll anything.
Oh yeah, no, I feel you. That's usually me when I'm a player.
Yeah, that's very Thomas coded.
All right, 36. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yep, 36 and
1 point of bleed.
damage.
Man, it rolled low for you today.
Yeah.
Hey, they can't all be almost like half 100. Like 50 damage is just a stupid amount at your level.
That really is.
All right. So it's gonna take some damage, and I believe you have another action.
Yes. So I must swing again. Does a 19 hit?
Unfortunately, it does not. But some definite damage. This thing is less than half health at this point. So it's hurting. That is its turn. Bandit number 4. It is going to continue its little duel single-mindedly with Phoebe. So let's get some attacks out here. Needs to beat a 23. That is going to be a hit. And a second hit. Holy crap, these guys are on fire today. And a miss. Oh, almost marked those as crits instead of rolling them. Phoebe, that is going to be 12 points of damage.
Okay.
Huh. Phoebe does not have stamina. Weird. Your character is not set up correctly. I'll have to fix that later. It's largely same difference until you actually need to rest. Actually, no, that was only one of the attacks damage. You're going to take an additional 8 points of damage from the second attack.
Okay.
All right. So it gets in some hits, slashing at Phoebe. Honestly, I mean, you're coming out ahead, but you're trading blows in this duel. It is its turn. Morgrim, you are also prone, as you have been thrown to the ground in the death throes of this strange contraption. You can smell, as it's this, like I said, sour-smelling, brown kind of foamy liquid is starting to spread around the ground around you, and you can smell that it appears to be a sour ale, like sour as in having gone bad.
Interesting. I'm gonna stand up.
All right, that's one action.
I'll go ahead and attack the skeleton that Phoebe's fighting.
Alrighty. And you are flanking him,
30
so that's going to give you a bonus.
34, 36 with the bonus. I assume
That's
that's
a
a
crit.
critical.
That is, in fact, a crit.
Really? Dice? That's all you can do for me? So does it already double your damage dice in Hero Lab when you mark crit or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I only got a 13.
It's not terrible,
Plus
though.
1d10 persistent crit. I mean, plus 1d10 persistent fire damage that's not calculating, but I assume that calculates on its turn.
Yeah. Now you have to roll that separately, and then I mark it. Because it does not calculate the persistent damage.
I will use my final action to raise my shield.
It looks super close to dying, by the way, if you wanted to try and finish it off.
Well, I'm feeling lucky after that roll. I'll try. Watch me miss this, though. Okay, so I'm gonna make a roll that we're going to ignore, and then I'll make my second attack roll.
Yep.
I got a natural 1.
Oof.
So
Oh
thank
my
you for that,
goodness.
Thomas.
I'm feeling lucky, he said. Did everyone else hear that?
You've got a hero point
Famous
left.
last words.
I would like to spend one of my 2 hero points.
All right, go ahead and re-roll.
Okay, I got a 23 this time.
All right, that'll hit, and it had 1 hit point left. So you smash it a second time with your hammer, and its brittle bones shatter into tiny splinters that go flying across the room.
No, I really should have kept my mouth shut. You don't say things like that unless you want to get bad luck.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad luck because you had gotten you got 1 and it only had 1 hit point left. So like, you know, the
Exactly.
exact amount of luck that you needed.
So anyway, that's why I was telling you it was super close to dying. It had 1 hit point left. All right, so that is Borgrim's turn. Mono Anui, you are grappled.
I'm casting Shocking Grasp.
All right, go for it.
Alrighty.
Poor
And I
Jimmy
just roll
rolls
for
over in
damage,
his
right?
grave.
Poor Jim. Hey, he's
Yep.
not in a grave.
Poor little Timmy rolls over.
He drops the book as he's restocking
Exactly.
it.
Topple
I
looks
got
up
20
confused.
I got 27.
All right, that will hit. Or was that for damage?
No, that was a hit. That was for yeah.
All right, then roll for the damage because that will hit.
And what is my shocking grasp? It is what does it do? Oh, 2d12 electricity. I'll just roll that in Hero Lab. Don't fail me now. 13. That's not the best, but it's electric damage.
Yep, which it does definitely seem to be weak to. So it does 12 plus the weakness.
2d12.
Yeah, but you rolled 12 total,
Yeah,
right?
no, I rolled it in there, so I was just thinking, I was like, man, that means in one of them. Well, not necessarily.
Yeah. Well, you do some serious damage to it. It is now sparking and sputtering.
Alrighty, and then,
Are you still grappled, or can you get behind me?
He is
No, I'm
still
grappled.
Oof.
Unless he rolls to try and escape.
But that doesn't matter because I wouldn't be able to like run away.
Correct.
I'd get ungrappled and then probably grappled. I'm going to use my crossbow, my hand crossbow.
Not while you're grappled.
I was gonna say I didn't really have it out. What can I attack with? My nails? I can attack with my nails.
You can attack with your nails. You could try to kick it or punch it.
I'm gonna attack with my nails. Let's see.
Don't forget your fancy poison.
Oh, that's right. I do have fancy poison. Where did my physical dice go? Oh no, I just used it, and now it's. Oh, here it is. That it abandoned me.
The gremlins are after your stuff.
They really are. All right, plus 7 is a 22.
All right, that will hit.
And then the damage. How do I include the?
The poison you will have to do
Poison.
separately.
Where's the poison? Where is the poison?
I believe it was giant scorpion venom.
Scorpion extracted. Maximum duration 6 rounds. 1.
All right. Well, I will save you the effort. It is immune to poison, so your poison is wasted because it will come off in this attack.
Yeah, I mean, I had a feeling. Do I have extra?
Certainly not on you.
Yeah. All right. I got a 3.
All right. It doesn't care.
Sad day. It was worth it.
Absolutely. I mean, you had to do something with that last action.
I did.
It was that or try to get ungrappled. Now, spoiler, when it gets to be its turn, you may have wished you had tried to get ungrappled, but...
Well, que sera, sera. You know what they say.
All right, so this this armor. Nope.
Non-ordinary has
This armor.
extensive experience with death.
Exactly. It's almost like you have boneyard lore or something.
It's almost like it.
All right, so animated armor number 2 is going to try and punch Morgrim again. So let's get some attackies out of him. That is a 27, which will hit, a 15, which will not, and a 7, which will not. So Morgrim, you're going to take 8 points of damage.
I'm going to use my shield block reaction to nullify it.
You had to have your shield raised in order to do that. Is that...
Oh, right. I didn't raise my shield last turn. And then that almost went poorly for me.
Yep.
I just want to point out that our front line right now is Akalupu Jr. with 90 effective hit points, Morgrim with 80 effective hit points, and Manawa Nui with 36 effective hit points.
Yep. Like I said, someone decided it was a good idea to use a spell that landed them 10 feet away from the enemy.
Nah, I knew they'd get to me
Classic
eventually.
Mono Anui.
That
You
is
gotta
so
do-
Mono Anui.
All right, and
Look,
now
death comes for us all. It's how you greet it is what matters.
animated armor number 1. He is less interested in Mono Anui now, so he is going to go to the next nearest enemy, and it's going to attack Mako.
No.
Who has twice as much HP. That's great.
All right, so Mako, let's get some attacks. A 19, which will not hit, and a 7, which will not hit. So Mako is too fast, ducking and diving out of the way of this creature's massive gauntlets.
That's the acrobatics at work.
Exactly. Because that's the other thing.
But-
One of the Mako at least has an AC of 23. Mono Anui has an AC of 20, which I think is the lowest in the group.
Oh my
That
god, the lowest
is
hit points
correct.
and the lowest AC.
Yep. It's actually not almost equal with Akalupu, but even while raging, Akalupu has 1 higher AC. All right. Eventually squishy mages might learn that they're backliners.
Hey,
Or, I mean, it hasn't killed you yet, to be fair.
Mono Anui's still kicking.
I'm out here doing overtime on the protection spells.
Okay, so
I gotta keep you busy or you might try and heal everybody.
let's see. Does it have to roll anything to do this? Requirements: the creature has a creature grappled, which it does. Start of its turn. Fun times. Okay. So its tentacles are whipping around kind of randomly, and it says, "Here comes the drink." And one of the nozzles is forcefully inserted into your mouth, and you feel an extremely unpleasant tasting liquid being forced down your throat.
Sad day.
Yeah. How much is it? Let's see. 1 serving of liquid from the tank, which the tank says it holds 5 gallons, and it says it has 5 servings.
Oh Lord.
Which seems excessive.
That's a bit long. I mean, who are we serving here? Who gets a gallon of beer? That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Mulgrim.
So let's see. What does this stuff do? It's not clear. I'm going to assume it's just alcoholic since it doesn't say anything. So you are unable to speak or breathe until the start of your turn. And it is going to spend all 3 actions pumping you full of liquor. So you are also going to be extremely drunk by the time it's done with you.
Sad day. Or happy day. One of the two.
Yeah,
actually.
I was about to say, on the upside, I don't think
It'll
it does
dull the
any
pain.
direct damage.
Wait, I'm sorry. How much damage did I take? I was not paying attention.
None.
Oh, nice.
You're just extremely dizzy.
Yeah, unless I can figure out if this stuff is supposed to do anything other than
I've got a big stomach. Okay.
make you drunk.
Don't judge
Yeah,
me.
no,
y'all.
you definitely feel bloated and uncomfortable at this point from the sheer volume of liquid that is being forced down your throat. But yeah, that is it for its turn. It's just gonna spend the whole round giving you that promised drink. And then this guy's dead. Mako.
Here I am. Here to save the day. Great.
Okay, so there is an effect. So I need a fortitude save. I need 3 fortitude saves from you, Mono Anui.
3 fortitude saves.
Because it spent all 3 actions doing this to you.
Oh my goodness, 3 gallons.
I told you feel bloated and uncomfortable.
Alright, 18 plus 9 is what, 27?
Alright, that's 1 success.
Oh, nat 20.
Alright, that's 2.
Oh man. Don't let me down now, dice. Oh, rats. What was my fortitude? 9? So 13.
Alright. So you are now clumsy 1 for 10 minutes.
You know, for drinking 3 gallons of liquor. That
Could
ain't
be
too
a
bad.
lot worse. All right, so
Could
go ahead
be
and
worse.
in your adjustments, give yourself clumsy 1 or conditions, I think. Let's see. Yes, it is in conditions.
That's where I'd put that's where I'd go to for dying and things like that, right?
I believe so. But under modifications, there's a conditions tab. You hit the little plus and then give yourself clumsy 1. All right, Mako. Sorry for the interruption. It is your turn.
That is okay. Feeling stressed. I guess let me try a frost vial. Try and freeze these guys. So there's an undead soldier and also still the thing that's abusing Mono Anui.
Yeah, there's also a large animated armor standing directly in front of you that just tried to punch you twice.
Oh, I see that thing. It's just yeah, I see it. Yeah, don't punch me. Animated armor. Okay, then yeah, I think I'm gonna try Frost Vial. Oh my gosh, and I rolled a 14.
All right. Yeah, unfortunately that is a miss. Go ahead and roll 1d8. Let's see where it lands.
Oh my gosh, is that
5,
on me?
2, 3, 4. Yep, that is on your face. So it and you will both take 4 points of damage.
Jeez Louise.
Let's see, which one is this guy? Okay.
That's better than
1.
it landing and hitting Mono Anui.
This is
Could
true.
it have hit Mono Anui? Oh my gosh, yeah, could have.
Yup.
Okay, as long as it doesn't hit Mono Anui, I'm just gonna call all my turns wins.
Hey, Mono Nui can't feel a thing right now.
That's
right?
true.
Now, Mono Anui is certainly feeling no pain.
Well, I could have also iced them, and then anyway. Okay, so we both took 4 damage. Yes. I'm going to try again.
And he does look worse for wear.
I got a 19, but I bet that won't hit either.
That hits.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay, I forgot what to even do. Now I can roll damage.
Yup.
It's an 11.
All right, plus the 4 splash damage. It is dead.
Yay.
That is this guy out of the picture. You have 1 action remaining.
Oh my goodness. Okay. What did, okay, I don't, should be this. And if let me just look at something really quick. Sorry. Give me
No
a second.
worries. Just watch this gif of a lady pouring an entire, like, 2-gallon thing of beer onto her face. I guarantee 98% of that is not going in her mouth.
What a waste of beer.
Right?
Okay, I was thinking that maybe I would throw my elixir of life onto Manoa Nui.
All right.
Because I think that would
Don't
heal
miss.
her.
It might also damage her, but I don't think you know that.
Yeah. Could it possibly heal the bad guys if I miss?
Give me a crafting check.
Okay. I don't.
You have a crafting of plus 14.
Aha. I'm learning how to use this new view. A 31.
All right. So you recognize this as definitely being some form of automaton, and you would know that automatons are not healed by healing potions. And the undead creature next to it, if you were to somehow hit it, would take damage from a healing potion.
Winner. Okay. Okay. So I think I'll go ahead and do that.
All right. Go ahead and roll attack. And if you want to do that in the Hero Lab, you can go ahead and just roll using one of the entries for one of your attack potions. Since I don't think they're going to have the roll set up for the healing potion. They might, though. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I clicked on dice roll for my elixir of life, but I think that was showing me the amount of healing that it would do, and I
Yeah.
need to roll, like, how, okay.
Yeah, so go ahead and use the attack roll from one of the others. Or in this case, if you want to roll it manually, because this is your third potion, it is going to be at a +2.
Great. So that would just be rolling a d20.
Yeah, d20 +2. All right, 19. That is not bad. I will say that hits. So go ahead and roll 3d6 +6 for the healing.
Okay, I have a button for that. It's a 17.
All right. Manoa Nui, you recover 17 hit points.
Woo!
So that will bring your hit points to full. Unfortunately, that will not do anything for your stamina points. All right, that is Mako's turn. Bandit number 3, that is this guy. It is going to continue trying to stab Mono Anui. See if we can get rid of some of those hit points you just got back.
Mononui's here for it.
All right. Let's see if you're still singing that tune. 27, that will hit. 21, that will also hit, I believe. Yes, it does. 13 will not.
And remember, I'm taking half.
All right, so you will both take 11 points of damage.
Easy.
That is its turn. That brings us around to the next round of combat. Round number 3, Ip. What you got?
All right.
We currently have a suit of armor that is still alive here by Morgrim, a skeleton over here, and of course the strange contraption that has is currently pumping liquid into your unfortunate captain.
That just won't do very much damage, even if I land everything. I guess I want to move to here. Right, that's good. Actually, I have even more move speed. I can go here.
Only when you are in horse form.
Oh, okay, so here.
Yeah, if you're in human form currently, which there's no reason you have to be, you can be in horse form if you'd like, but in human form, you only have 25 feet.
25 is fine. I will cast a touch heal on Mono Anui.
Oh, actually,
So that,
I forgot. Mono Anui, roll me a 1d20.
12.
All right. You're fine. The potion did heal you. None of it splashed on areas that would have done damage.
It's protected. It's got a little glove.
Mm-hmm. Well, if we're going by that logic, most of you is protected and you wouldn't have gotten healed at all. All right,
No,
so Ip, you're intentionally avoiding the left hand.
yeah, we're gonna touch heal back to full because it's like 3d8 plus 24.
Yeah, so it's just gonna be back to full again. All right, Mono Anui, you've been healed again. You're getting stabbed and then healed and then whipped around and then healed and.
At this point, Mononui's just on a roller coaster ride.
Oh yeah, you're also incredibly drunk on this nasty spoiled beer.
I'm gonna put myself physically in front of you so you can't do this again next fight. I only have so many spells that I can cast. And then I'm gonna take a shot at this skeleton.
All right, roll to hit.
$19.
All right, that will hit, I believe. Let's see. Yep, that's a hit.
And that does 8 piercing.
All right. Once again, damage does seem to be less than you would normally expect, but it does take some. You said 8?
8 damage, yes.
Cool. All right. That is it for Ip's turn. Phoebe.
I'm gonna do a move action to get closer to the suit of armor because it's the only thing I'll be able to reach.
All right.
Then attack it with my rapier.
All right. Give me a couple of attack rolls.
I will as soon as my computer starts agreeing with me.
Do you want me to roll for you?
No. Does a 27 hit?
That'll hit.
Does a 21 hit?
That will also hit.
Okay. $27 damage.
From both?
Yes.
Cool. All right, 20.
12 and a 15 if that matters.
Does not. Okay. 27 damage. It does not look happy. You're able to really get in there, find some chinks in the armor, and surprisingly, the energies that are animating it do seem to take damage as you are poking and slicing around inside of the armor, even though your rapier is incapable of damaging the armor itself.
That's neat.
All right. So
I have a
that
magic
is-
rapier.
That does not seem to be the case.
I know.
All right, Akalupu! Save your mother! At least I imagine that's what you're going for.
He seems internally conflicted.
Does Akalupu need to hold his turn?
He pulled on me.
Are you muted?
No.
I pulled an Abe. My phone died. Okay.
Now I need to start reminding Anna to plug her phone in when we start games.
I know, right? Okay. I'm going to attack the thing.
So you're going after the strange contraption?
Yes.
Cool. All right, roll to hit.
If it'll load ever.
Da, da, da. The Hero Lab does seem to be slow today, unfortunately.
Yeah. And like my surface is super slow too, so like between the two of it. Does 27 hit?
That'll hit.
Nice. Uh, 24 damage.
All right. It is dead.
Yay!
All right, so Mono-Nui, you are released as it flails about, dropping you also prone onto the ground. And you begin retching and vomiting up the copious amounts of liquids that have been forcibly
3
put
gallons
into
to
your
be
system.
specific.
I think that would like explode your stomach, so we're gonna say no, not 3 gallons.
Does
Oh, we lost someone.
yes.
Oh, we lost Anna.
Yeah, it was just like only going brown.
I was gonna say, I feel like I would have tapped out at this point.
No, because it actually hasn't been that long, because it's not
okay.
even your turn, so it's been less than 6 seconds.
Oh,
Or it has been roughly 6 seconds.
Alright.
This thing dispenses quickly.
Yeah, it spent all 3 actions just pumping it as fast as it could, so
Can I go over? Well, I guess there's. Okay. Can I go over their dead bodies, or like, do I need to go around them?
Not these creatures because they are pretty physically bulky, but you could go between them.
Okay, so I can't go between them though.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if
yes,
you
so I
wanted
wanna
to,
go
you could go. Not that.
there.
Yeah, you could go here and then there.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that because there's not really room over by the other guy.
Yeah. All right, so you have one action remaining. I imagine you would like to hit him very hard.
That is the goal. Wow, nat 1. I hit Monoanui.
You hit Monoanui for 50 points of damage. Monoanui is dead. Even if they had full stamina and full health.
What did you get?
No, I just got a nat 1, which is a 10.
Oh.
All right, so yeah, your sword gets caught on the pillar next to you, and you're
You
not
have a
able to
hero
bring
point.
it to bear
No,
on
I
this
don't. I
guy.
used it.
Oh.
So
On
that
my
is
last,
Akalupu's turn. So Morgrim.
Unconnected.
What, that phone connected?
I think I can make it up.
When my phone died.
Well, let me check.
No. My phone's Bluetooth is off.
There is also the animated armor right by you.
Just wanted to check something. I'm gonna attack the animated armor once.
All right,
24.
that will hit.
And I got 12 damage.
All right. Let me see. How much of that was fire damage?
1 point was fire damage.
Okay.
That's like 11 bludgeoning damage.
Cool. All right. It is dead.
Cool. And because I have a 20-foot movement speed, I actually can use Sudden Rush to make my way to the final skeleton and attack it.
I believe that has to be in a straight line, or am I mistaken?
It just says stride twice. Stride up to 2 times speed.
Yeah, and make a melee strike.
I can use
Burrowing or swimming if you have that, which you don't. Yeah, looks like you can do it. Go ahead.
Let me just get out of draw mode real quick. I got a 19.
All right. That will hit.
Got a 16, but it won't tell me how much of that is fire damage. Wait, give me a second. I bet I can make it. Okay, 1 point of that is fire damage again. I'm starting to think my fire damage die is bugged because it's literally only rolled once.
Does almost seem that way, but unlike a lot of the other damage that has been hitting this guy, your hammer seems to crunch into his bones with full force, doing full damage, and he is also DED dead.
Intelligence to make that joke.
All right, so that is all of the enemies dispatched. You have cleared this room and this combat encounter. Initiative is ending, and we have been going for over 2 hours. We're going to go ahead and wrap up here. Let's start with Morgrim. What has he learned today?
Learn that 27 is not quite high enough to make him not get hit by things that aren't, crits.
Yep. I mean, if you have anything higher than a +8, or technically, if you have a +8 or higher, you can still hit him even with a non-crit. And at this level, that is not super uncommon. All right, what about Phoebe? What has she learned?
I learned that hammers grind bones good.
Yes, now it does seem that bludgeoning damage is effective against these skeletons. Piercing and slashing, much less so. All right, Ip. Other than the fact that your friends are no fun and they won't let you potentially kill them with your healing blasts, what has Ip learned?
Ip learned that Manawa Nui requires a lot of attention.
You need to get one of those like yeah, you need to get one of those like child leashes that looks like a monkey. All right. Let's see. What about Abe? What has Abe learned?
Well, Mono
Or not
Inui has
Abe. What has Mono Inui learned? Thank you
Mono
for that
Inui has
correction.
learned that these contraptions can pump out a gallon of alcohol every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And that's pretty nifty.
Again, I don't think that actually makes sense. So we are not making that canon, even though according to the stats sheet, that does seem to be the case.
It'd be kind of cool, though.
Yeah, but even getting 1 gallon of liquid ejected into your stomach would be a lot. 3 would just be insanity. I
think
don't
it's like the little gift that you sent. Like, most of that's not going into.
Fair. We'll go with that. There's a gallon of liquid, but like not the majority of that is just squirting everywhere, but enough is getting in that you are
There's enough
you didn't
PSI.
get he just figured you didn't join in on the drinking last night. Now it's your turn to get a horrible hangover.
Yeah, let's just roleplay
what
next
a better
time that
place
he's
to
wet.
get there.
Absolutely. What about Mako? What has Mako learned?
That I need to work on my aim.
Yeah, which is like not even like in terms of stats, not even true. I made sure to give you plenty of decks, so you have decent attack rolls. The dice just hate you. Today.
Yeah, it was just a bad. Yeah, I guess I learned that drinking the night before messes with my throwing arm.
True, very true.
Maybe next time I will reconsider when somebody offers me, mystery mushroom wine that I've previously been like, heck yeah, why not? Maybe there is a reason why not.
Hey, to be fair, who took most damage today and who drank the least last night? Coincidence?
That's a good point. Listen, you can't argue with science.
Exactly. And do we have Akalupu to know what Akalupu learned?
Yes.
What has Akalupu learned?
Akalupu learned that it feels really good to have godlike power sometimes.
Yeah, when you crit with that thing, it's a lot. Not gonna lie.
It really is.
All right, well, I think I got everyone. All right, no one's jumping up saying me, so I think I did. Well, thanks everyone for joining me. I hope you all had a great game, and I will see you all at the next one. Bye!
Bye!
Bye.